All right. Morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host, Vays. Yep, I got it right this time. And let's get this out here. Okay, cool. And let's go to the charts. Bitcoin is doing interesting things. With this consolidation, we're going to go and take a look. Jimmy, thanks for joining us. Our usual moderator. Try to keep an eye on the live chat for you guys. Let's go and see what we got on the charts. Those of you that joined Spaces yesterday, it was about a 3-hour discussion. It was very good. It was really good. I got to find a way to record those Spaces discussions on Twitter. It was really good. We got into a lot of subjects. It was awesome. I got to try to host them more often. It's all about having free time. But Spaces was, I thought it went well. Those of you that joined, hopefully you thought the same. All right. Hey, Mary Fox, thank you for joining. I haven't seen you in the chat in a while. Oh boy. Okay, let's try to analyze this objectively. We have hit the 50-period moving average once again. This is the weekly chart. You can see how we broke both moving averages. We had, a prayer to rally all the way back and hold the 20-period moving average on a weekly scale. That unfortunately did not happen. And with that not happening, it created, a lot of tough decisions. And we're in the middle of those tough decisions right now with this consolidation right here, as we are bouncing off the 50-period moving average once again. And the current weekly candle is only about 7 hours in, all right? A little more than that, maybe 12 hours in, but it hasn't been a long time. So it can really go either way. There's not much else to say on a weekly scale. The oscillators are still looking not terrible. This is still okay. We still have some room to the downside and maintaining the uptrend. The MACD is lost. That is a very bad sign. That is generally a negative sign. Bernard asks, do I compare this drop to the March 2020? I do, but there's a difference. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute. I really still like the CMF. I am still bullish on the CMF. This is our 4-day Consensus chart. And this candle is going to end in about 7 hours. So this candle had an extra day of decision making to go. We really need this to pull up a little bit, because if it doesn't, if we don't pull up on this candle in the next 7 hours, there might be a full allocation to cash on the next candle. Because remember, the next candle will already have the crossover between the short period moving average and a long period moving average. All three are about to start declining, though the long period moving average will still have a couple of days of consolidation, a couple of candles of consolidation. And we're going to be very, very close to the intermediate moving average crossing below the long term. That is a very bad sign. When that happens, things tend to go bad. But look at it here, right? By the time the intermediate moving average crossed the long-term moving average, it was too late. It was too late to go to cash. This happened here, so that means that it happened after this candle kind of closed, and this candle took it down. So when you are panicking, probably somewhere in the bottom of these candles, that is a bad time to panic. You need to be like recognizing these things earlier and go to cash earlier. You can always go back in. You can always go back in, but you can't like get back the money that you've lost. So if we do not rally in any kind of significant way in the next 7 hours by end of day today, and we do need to check the stock market. The stock market matters here. Look at the stock market rallying. The markets are open. The stock market is rallying. Now, we've gone back and forth before, and it ended up disastrous. Is it different this time? We will see. The stock market is at a very critical inflection point. We're constantly going back and forth with the intermediate moving average, and we have not yet had a full candle below the moving average. So you can still go either way, either up or down. Welcome to trading if you are unhappy with the fact that the market can go up or it can go down. And yet, the rise in the stock market this morning is not really affecting Bitcoin. So let's go to the daily chart. Our daily chart crashed this morning, made a new secondary low versus the first low, clearly significantly higher, clearly holding the 200-day moving average. But we are obviously lost versus the 128-day moving average. But at this point, based on how far we've fallen and how we just rallied this morning, if we get any kind of strength the rest of the day, it is very likely we will at least backtest the 128-day. And there's going to be some very tough decision making if we get back to the 128 moving average. It'll be very critical. By that time, the 50 period would have gone even lower. And you don't want these crossing. You really don't. When the 50 crosses the 228, things stay bad for quite a while. It crossed fairly late in this case, but Bitcoin stayed depressed for like 2 more months. After crossing to the upside, Bitcoin rose from late August all the way until its top in November. That was a nice, 3-month rally. Now, if we do cross, it's not going to happen until late December. But that really kills all our views that Bitcoin is going to rally at year end or next quarter. This chart I like, the 1-hour chart I like. It's consolidation. It's giving people some fear. It's preventing people from going leverage long. We dropped one more time early this morning. If you're in the US, middle of the night in the US, early morning in Europe. And look how beautifully we bounced off the MRI support line. Absolutely perfect. Absolutely textbook when I write a textbook one day. And all Bitcoin has to do is get over this consolidation. I just drew the best fit line, a little more conservative. You can put it right at the top of those candles with the bodies. You're still touching this candle. You're still touching these candles. You're slightly above this candle on the touch, but let's get over this line. I'm going to lower it a little bit. I like this a little bit better. This line is currently at $49,500. If I see an hourly close above that line, I am very, very confident that Bitcoin is going to rally into the next area of resistance. And it should be very easy to spot where that area is. That area is right there. That area is the MRI resistance line, along with the 200 period moving average on the hourly chart. Let's see if the 4-hour chart shows us anything different. It doesn't. It just shows maybe I'm a little bit early on that move. So maybe like that. Okay. Because this candle just started. So let's give it a little bit of time. But we have another moving average there as well. It's dropping very quickly. But the concept's the same. I like this ascending triangle nature. And if we are going to break out, next candle is as good a candle as any. I'm going to leave the triangle there. I like my triangles. Downward parallel channel. Maybe on the daily. Not perfect, but okay. Maybe the 4-day. No, that was worse. If we rally by end of day, that could be a downward channel, nasty channel. Okay, before I go on, real quick, we have unconfiscatable coming up March 3rd to 6th. So keep an eye on that. Come register, come play poker with us and hang out. Those that are interested in the MRI, go over to Vays.com, products and services, MRI indicator, also on-demand videos. And we are 1 day away from putting the Financial Summit in the Dominican Republic on sale. One of the few places in the world that you can go to without a COVID test or a vaccine mandate, which matters to us as freedom-loving, sovereign individuals. All right, guys. Also, I'm trading MRI. Oh, I need to log in. I'm not going to do it on live air, so I'll show it next time. All right, quick peek at the traditional markets, and then I got to get going to do some work. Yeah, GBTC definitely took a nosedive down because of the big drop over the weekend. That's not surprising. Let's see if we can rally back up and start to close that gap. Oil. I still think oil is going to rally to the upside. Let's see what happens. A lot of it has to do with inflation. Yeah, I mean, eventually I'm going to get kicked off the socialist, borderline communist media channels like YouTube, like Twitter, like all of them. Hopefully, if I just post pictures on Instagram, it's not going to be a big deal. And I'll have to go to these right-wing Republican news sites, not because I want to, but because they don't censor. It doesn't matter if the CNN keeps calling them white supremacist channels. They don't censor. And if they don't censor, eventually everyone is going to move there. Stock market's rallying. I can literally see it. About to break the high of the prior 4 days. But I'm not liking what I see with these like global lockdowns. It's out of control. Have a look at gold. And not interesting. Not interesting. All right, guys, that is it. I don't really have much else to add. Last thing at your live chat. Are you teaching a class that unconfiscatable? No, I'm not. It's just too much, right? I can only do so much. Organizing the event, running classes. I'm not even sure I'm going to live stream the event. Live streaming the event is very expensive and very stressful. And these events don't really make money. And I'm tired of losing money on these events. It's funny how people always want to come for free and they somehow get mad if you make money and they don't really care if you lose money. So we're probably not going to live stream it because it's too expensive. It's too expensive and it's too stressful. It costs about $10,000 to live stream the event, and it's too stressful. Because if I'm running the conference and there's something bad with the live stream, now my attention is elsewhere. So come out in person and support. New speaker pictures coming soon. Oh, we updated the top picture. Some of the international guys still need a little bit of time to fully confirm on their travels in the world of COVID. These are last year's speakers. We have some new ones this year. Guys, you can pay any way you like. Also, don't forget the poker tournament. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching. Mempool space. Let's see what a Mempool's doing. And also the videos for understanding Bitcoin, they're all public now. I think they're all public. All the videos for understanding Bitcoin are public. This was the conference that we did. I think the last one I made public was Napara, Adam Fiskor from Wasabi Wallet. Talked about NGU Tech. Check that out. Great presentation. Also, nodes. It was a good conference. It wasn't live streamed for the same reason. Too expensive. So look at Tesla real quick. Sure. Ooh, that is bad. That is bad. We just broke prior support. And while the stock market is rallying, Tesla is not. That was bad. Definitely bearish on the daily MRI. And definitely bearish on the weekly MRI. And soon to be topping on the monthly MRI. I would not be very long Tesla right now. That's all I can say. All right, guys. I am using the 128 moving average on a daily, not the 100. This is the blue is the 128, not 100. I like the 128 better. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. And I will see you all on the next one. Look at the empty mempool. Free transactions, 1 Satoshi per byte. Remember how this was almost impossible a while ago, and now it's the norm? See, this is why you got to stop buying into the fear-mongering bullshit of bad actors that try to completely centralize and overtake the Bitcoin protocol on some nonsense. And meanwhile, delayed your ability to have cheap transactions for over a year. So after, first they delayed SegWit by 6 to 9 months, then they continued to prevent SegWit from actually being adopted by major companies for at least another year. So the same bad actors that tried to just take over the protocol prevented you from doing cheap transactions for close to 2 years. And people still continue to worship these guys instead of making them accountable for wasting all of your money and delaying Bitcoin's real adoption with the Lightning Network. See, this is where you got to recognize who the bad actors are and who are the actors that actually want you to have financial freedom. No matter what they say, it's what they do. It's where they put their money. It's what they do is what matters, not what they say. Really, really frustrating. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching, and see you all on the next one. Yes, New York is turning into Australia and Austria. Yep. Yep, get the hell out. If you're in New York, get out. If you're in California, get out. But not if you voted Democrat. Like if you voted Democrat in New York and California, stay there. Don't leave. You deserve what you get, basically. It's my view. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all on the next one.